Hey there, homebrewers and beer lovers. Welcome back to Papa's Happy Place, where we're all about great beer and great times. Today, I'd like to unveil my version of a Hefeweizen. I'm calling it the Big Banana. I used Omega's Bonanza yeast. Great yeast. This turned out fantastic. The rest of the video, after my intro, I'm gonna do a recipe. I'll share the recipe with you, and then I'm going to do a full grain brew day, and at the end we're going to have a special guest come on and do a tasting. And so stay to the end. But first, let's get past the introduction. Again, if you want to, please like, subscribe, and write something in the comments. That stuff always helps my channel. Again, thank you.
For this recipe, I brought together 54.4% wheat, 35% two-row, and 1 pound of maris otter at 7%, or a half pound rice hulls at 3.5%. They don't really count as fermentable. Anyways, I went with a higher percentage for my grain bill for the give that foamy head and that banana flavor. Even during the mashing, I get some of that. So once I got done weighing everything out, I got together and got everything on the mill and started milling everything. And this is my milling process. Milled everything down. Credit card width, smaller. Pretty tight on my mill, and I double milled. Gives me a lot higher efficiency. I'm going brew in a bag. You guys will see that, but that's how I keep my efficiency way high. Get the best I can out of the grains. I'm getting about 75% on regular grain and just a little over 70% on my wheats and adjuncts. If I go like this one, I only got a 72%, something like that. For the water profile here, guys, I brought 4.7 gallons of mash water up to temperature, and in that I added my salt so that I could get a balanced profile. I was going for amber malty, and the calcium on that was 52, chlorides 51, sulfates 51, so a real balanced profile on this one, going for that malty flavor. And to do that, I brought in my mash water 1.5 grams of calcium chloride, 0.79 grams of Epsom salt, and 0.83 grams of gypsum. And I've dropped 3 milliliters of lactic on this one too, just so that I could get my pH down a little bit. And then in my sparge water, I went 1.75 grams of calcium chloride, 0.92 grams of Epsom salt, 0.97 grams of gypsum. And right there at the end of the boil, I'll drop in some Whirlfloc and some yeast nutrient. Anyways, starting to get my sparge water up, or my mash water up, get it in my cooler. I'll get back to you here in a little bit.
Hey, team. I know you all sit there and ask yourself sometimes, how's that old man do it? Listen, I'm going to tell you, I've got some special sauce that I use. Listen, I work with Amway. It's one of my companies that I am a distributor for. And this here is XS. This is top-notch stuff, guys. You got any questions? You want to have energy like me? Come on, reach on. And I'm going to reach out to XS, and I'm going to reach out to Energy here. That, you know, they help support me by giving me lots and lots of energy so I can do this stuff periodically, top notch, top fast. Hey, Links in the description.
Once I got everything milled up and all my grains weighed and milled up, then I ended up preheating my water, and I put 1.5 grams of calcium chloride, 0.79 grams of Epsom salt, 0.83 grams of gypsum, and 3 ml lactic. I think I've already talked about this. Into my strike water, and then I put it in my cooler there. Once I put it in my cooler, I set my strike temp. On this one, I did a protein.
Hey team, what I'm doing right now is called a protein rest. What a protein rest does is it breaks down those proteins from long chain sugars to short chain sugars. Not all of them, but some of them. And helps increase our efficiency. So that's why I'm stopping at 128 degrees, anywhere from 121 up to 135. I'm at 128 degrees. And at that temperature, then it'll take and break down them proteins to a short chain sugar, and that way the yeasties can enjoy it and turn it into alcohol. We love the alcohol. Anyway.
Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is. Celsius. I'm not good at that crap, so I'm not gonna mess with it. But 122 Fahrenheit for 15 minutes. Then I brought the temperature up to 145 for 30 minutes. Once I got that 30 minutes over, and another 30 minutes I went up into my high alpha. Got me some residual high long chain sugars in there. So I got that sweetness and that big banana flavor. That's what I was going for. And a 10-minute mash out at 169 before I went to the boil. Anyways, that's my mash schedule. Once I got it mashed out, I brought it up to boil. Waited 15 minutes and added my Hallertau middle brew. Didn't do a lot of hops on this, so when I just wanted a little bit of hop. Again, Hefeweizen, you don't want a lot of hop flavor in there. 1.84 ounces, 45 minutes. Finished out my boil for a full hour. Cooled it off, got it in the fermenter. That's where I went, guys. Our fermentation profile on this one is actually pretty simple. Started off at 70 degrees Fahrenheit, holding 15 psi for 2 days in an all-rounder. Then I went 80 degrees for my diacetyl rest, 25 psi. Held that for 3 days. I cold crashed it. Went down to 40 to 45 degrees, holding 25 psi. Had keep adding pressure as I'm coming down till I got down to my, and then I conditioned it for 7 days. Then it was ready for the putting in keg.
What that is, that's the fermentation process. What I do is I take my bacteria. Hey everybody, thanks for coming to the end. This is the Big Banana. I've already gave you what I think about it, but we're going to have a special taster today, do the test for us, and give us her thoughts. Everybody, Mama P, everybody. We're going to have her open the bottles, pour. I shake too bad, so you can start with one of them, and it's kind of a cheap can opener, but when you're pouring a beer into a glass, you want to hold your glass sideways, and then pour. And as you get closer to the top, you want to tip your glass up, kind of pull your bottle away a little bit, give you a little bit of head up on your. Wow, that's beautiful beer. That ended up a lot clearer than I thought it was going to be. That's beautiful. Man, the sparkles are really flying up through that one. After you empty it, especially with the Hefeweizen, take your bottle on the last little bit in the bottom there, and just roll it a little bit, and that get that little bit of yeast in there, which is really what gives you your flavor on your Hefeweizen, is that yeast character.
Roll it.
Well, you want to just about empty it. Leave just an ounce or two in there. Not. There you go. And then you want to lay it on its side with the. Just roll it, and that'll get that yeast off the sides and off the bottom. And you dump that in. Okay. This one's called the Big Banana. I went double strong on my yeast and my everything in it. What do you think? We start with, everybody knows that we start with our eyes, start looking. What do you see?
Well, you see the bubbles at first.
Just a ton of bubbles on that one, huh?
Yeah.
Now mine, again, more, but I got a, look like a 2.5 to 3 finger head. You got a finger and a half head. That's a nice head for a Hefeweizen. Hefeweizen's supposed to be anywhere from 4.2, 4.8, unless you go into the best beer category. This was just regular Hef, but it's, I went a little stronger with it. So this is a 6% beer. Probably a little more into the best beer. So, color. What color do you think, hon? You going with kind of a straw? Maybe a light honey? That's what I'm getting.
I see honey.
Honey, a light honey, between straw and light honey. Again, you can't see through it, which you're not supposed to on a Hef anyway. It's supposed to be a hazy beer because of all the wheat. This one had 54% wheat in it, and the rest of it was other grains. So, aroma. What do you smell?
The first scent you get is the banana.
You do get the banana, because I remember the last one you had, you didn't get banana. But that was just a flash get, and this is, I went super banana on this one. So, and that's what you want, is you want to have that, that's in character for the beer. Yeah, full banana. Okay, now next one we'll go for is mouthfeel. What we want to feel is, this is not going to be a crisp beer, so this is not like a lager or something that's real thin and crisp. You want to have some mouthfeel. You want to feel it coat your tongue. You want to, so tell me what you think of that. Stays with you a little bit. Yep. Okay. And now we go for flavor.
Surprisingly, it doesn't have as much banana. You don't taste as much banana as you smell.
As you smell. And this one, this one's about 60 degrees, 50, 60 degrees right now. It's not very cold. I let them warm up because at a colder temperature, you don't get all of the aromas and you don't get all of that. You get a very subdued aroma and stuff. You might get some of the flavors, but you get a very subdued. So I'm getting a little bit of banana flavor, but not, I think probably a proper serving temp on this, between 40 and 50, maybe too warm, and that's why you're not getting that flavor. So what else do you think?
Your beers have definitely gone the right direction. In the beginning, they were chewy, and this actually feels like a beer is supposed to feel.
A little crisper. Yeah. Okay.
It's got the sparkle, but not only does it have the sparkle, but it actually feels like a beer in your mouth. It's got the, and it actually has a little bit of the bite that a beer has.
Okay.
You know, it has
And this
that.
one, I wanted a very, very light bitterness to it, and I think I've caught that, but it's very light. I don't want, this is not a style that is very hoppy, very, you know, that would be maybe a West Coast IPA or something, you know, a lot of hop flavor, a lot of, you know, almost a salty burn. I don't want this, just a very little bit, and I think you got that here.
I agree. Yeah, it's a good beer.
Okay.
I like it.
Well, there we go. I got it from the word of the lady that I made it for. So thank you, honey. Appreciate it. Hey guys, you made it to this point. Thank you. Really do appreciate it. And I really want to thank her for coming in and doing a tasting with us today. And make sure, like, subscribe. I'm going for 50 here pretty quick, and I'm going to be putting a contest out. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, thinking about it. So I'll be working with something to try and get 50 subscribers, and then we'll go past that. So thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. You got anything you want to say, put it in the comments. I do appreciate it, and I see them once in a while. I would like to see more. Thank you.